A brand new Kill Team starter set has just gone up for pre-order today. We're going to tell you everything that comes in the box, some things that don't come in the box, and whether or not we think it's something that you should buy. So today is pre-order day for the brand new Kill Team starter set, just put out by Games Workshop. At the time of filming this, we have no idea what they're charging for this thing, so we're assuming that it's going to be similar to the last Kill Team starter set and kind of use that as the basis to go on. Worth noting, they did send us one free of charge as a review copy, so we've had a few weeks to kind of build some of the minis, play around with the terrain, and get a feel for what's inside, so we're not going in totally blind here.
If you're a new player and you're thinking about getting into Kill Team and you're thinking about should I buy this box or not, first of all, we have a how to play video for how to play the new edition of Kill Team, so you can check that out. It'll be, I think, up there. Also, like and sub.
Yeah. So let's talk about what comes in the box.
You got minis. You got 2 teams worth of minis. You got the Angels of Death team from the Justine sprue, and you've got the Plague Marine. Is that what it's called? The Plague Marine Kill Team?
That's what it's called so far. I mean, we don't have rules for it.
It's the old like Space Marine Heroes minis, kind of similar to Justine. They're push fit minis, and they're colored terrain, so it's really obvious which one goes with which team. Then there's a whole set of MDF terrain that it comes with. There's light rules.
A sheet of tokens, essentially.
Oh yeah,
that's really nice.
There's like narrative, like starting missions. I guess it's not really narrative, but it's like get you going tutorial missions to like start gradually adding rules to your games if you're completely new. And there's a set of data cards that aren't actually data cards, but it's like a page of all the data sheets for all these minis. In the box, it only comes with like starter versions of their data cards, and it says check out the full rules online.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the full rules yet, so we can't comment on that, but...
Yeah, we'll talk more about the teams later.
Anything else in the box?
Yeah, it also comes with a handful of dice.
Yeah, okay.
And a pretty nice game mat, which is pretty nice. In the past, they've been paper, and those kind of suck, so this is definitely an upgrade. One really nice thing here is that the mat and the terrain all kind of fold flat and will like easily fit in a backpack, so I think that's like a great thing for a starter set. But let's talk about the minis first. So the first team in here is the Angels of Death Kill Team, which seasoned Kill Team players will remember as Strike Force Justine from last edition. These were the blind boxes that we all had to buy from like GameStop and places like that, or Proxy.
Yeah, I think they weren't even like available in the States.
Oh, really?
I think.
Nice. One for Canada.
I'm not positive about that, but pretty sure that's true.
Anyway, so yeah, these are minis that are not new, but they are hard to find. So if you're into them, nice to have another chance at them. There are some issues here, though, for us in terms of like playability.
Yeah. So we can't speak to the full rules of the Plague Marine Kill Team yet, but for the Angels of Death team, at least. So this is the old Justine sprue, and you get 7 minis. But technically, if you want to go like by the letter of the law, it's not a legal kill team for Angels of Death team, because so it comes with 7 minis, but it comes with the Heavy Gunner and the Eliminator, and you can only take 1, so that takes you down to 6, which is what you need. But one of the options is the Sergeant. And technically you can't take the Sergeant and the Captain because they're both like the leader options. You can't take them at the same time.
You could in Justine, but now that Justine and Intercession have like kind of been put into one team, the Angels of Death, doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, so obviously you could just run the Sergeant as a normal Space Marine. It doesn't have to be the Sergeant, just play it as an Intercessor or whatever. But if you're, really uptight about that stuff, this might drive you a little crazy.
Yeah. Another thing is that it doesn't have a few of the like specialists from the Angels of Death team, so there's no Intercessor Gunner, there's no Assault Intercessor Grenadier, and of course there's no reason that you can't say this one is my Intercessor Gunner and this one is my Assault Intercessor Grenadier. It's a little bit frustrating for me from a product perspective that it's kind of like leaving those specialists on the table, and I do understand that like this was a set of minis that didn't have that, but it feels like a bit of a miss for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's garbage.
No, not at all.
Hot garbage. And I think if you're just like getting started, still great. And you can like definitely play with this team.
100%.
But it is a bit weird.
Yeah. And then the other team it comes with is the Plague Marine Kill Team. And so like we referenced earlier, at the time of filming this, and assuming when it comes out 24 hours later at the time that it's being watched, we don't know the full rules for the Plague Marine Kill Team. So when they announced this Kill Team starter set, they kind of teased that there would be like full big boy Kill Team rules for the Plague Marines. We haven't seen them yet. And so all we've got to go off of is these like kind of truncated light rules that come in the box.
Yeah, it's like simplified data cards.
Yeah.
You can tell by looking at the Angels of Death version that like the Eliminator doesn't have all the abilities. Some of like the special rules aren't there. So who knows? Yeah,
we don't know. And that's a bit of a shame for me because I think there's probably a lot of people that would see the rules for a Plague Marine Kill Team and get excited about that and then realize that like this is kind of the only way to get these minis right now without paying a bit on the secondary market for them. And so it's a bit strange to not know those yet, but apparently they're coming, and that's kind of all we have to go off there. The minis look great. They were a lot of fun to paint, and I am looking forward to playing them, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, do you want to talk about the terrain now?
Yeah. So I think
I'm going to fidget with this while we talk about it.
Yeah, so I think the terrain is a real win here. MDF terrain, I haven't seen MDF terrain from GW before. It doesn't mean they haven't done it, it just means I haven't seen it. But it's very, very simple, very straightforward, easy to put together, and crucially, it's easy to take apart, which is really nice. So you can put it together in a couple minutes, and then each piece of terrain is just like two pieces that come apart, and so it'll lay flat. It'd be really easy to just like throw it in a bag, take it to your buddy's place or the game store or whatever. I love that. I mean, we have struggled with moving terrain around, and we have these like big boxes of terrain everywhere that we're constantly tripping over.
Yeah.
And this is a great thing. I mean, as a starter set, I think this is a great option.
It's honestly fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
Like, for rules-wise, there's no vantage points, and I don't think, like, you'd be playing tournament layouts using this, right? But for getting started, for someone that's new in the hobby, it looks pretty good. It's very sturdy and easy to transport, like you said.
Totally.
So, yeah, it's like, I've dealt with MDF before from, like, other companies. This is on the sturdier side.
Yeah,
It looks very solid. It doesn't look like it's going to peel at the corners or anything. And also, it's got like a printed design on it. Kind of looks like Morok a bit.
It does.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like the Morok terrain is like printed on it, but it looks fine. Like it's not bad.
Yeah, and like so one thing with Kill Team, as Kill Team players all know, is that the terrain really matters, and like the structure of the terrain really matters for things like line of sight and obscuring. Like where your target lines go into and out of a piece of terrain is important, and for that reason, like a couple pop cans and cereal boxes is tough for Kill Team. Like 100% play Kill Team with whatever you've got, but this will function better, I think, than a lot of like either homemade terrain or just like kind of improvised terrain like that.
Yeah.
I think this will work really well with Kill Team, and is obviously like, it fits with the rules. I think is a good thing. Like Brad said, I wish that there was levels to it, because that's so important in Kill Team, but it'll definitely get you going. Like as a starter, you'll be able to like learn the game on this very well.
Yeah. All right. What else is there to talk about, really?
So,
tokens are good.
Tokens are great. Those are, a little bit hard to come by. They're new for the edition. So if you didn't get Hivestorm, this could be a way to get those. The last thing to talk about is like, who is this for?
Yeah.
Brad made this point earlier when we were talking about it, but last edition's Kill Team starter set was kind of lauded as a great product. It was a pretty good deal for two great teams, a bit of terrain and tokens, but it wasn't a great way to like get into the edition. It was a great thing for people that already played Kill Team to buy, whereas this is an excellent starter set.
Yeah. I think, if we're just comparing this to the second edition starter set, I think two elite Marine teams are going to serve new players much better than the Commandos and the Vet Guard did.
Yeah.
I think this terrain is actually going to serve new players better too, because the terrain in the last starter set, it just seemed a bit like not fully fleshed out. And also this is not fully fleshed out either, but this seems more like, maybe it looks a bit worse, but I think it's going to play better ultimately.
It absolutely will. Yeah.
Yeah. This is probably one of the best starter sets they've ever done.
Yeah, I think so.
In terms of actually geared toward new players.
Yeah.
If you've never played Kill Team before, you're thinking about getting into it, and you're thinking, should I buy this box? Is it worth it? I would say definitely yes. I guess there's like a couple quick caveats. We don't know the price for sure,
Yeah, of course.
but it seems like it's going to be a pretty reasonable price compared to, I mean, obviously all Games Workshop stuff is not cheap.
yeah,
but
like it's not free, but
I think this is
yeah.
going to be a pretty good value for what you're getting. And I'm assuming that the Plague Marine Kill Team is going to have its full rules easily accessible online.
Yeah, they said it would make it to the app and the website. We just haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
So assuming that does happen,
Yeah,
just to be like cover all our bases, I think this is great for new players.
absolutely. I think that if you're an existing Kill Team player, this isn't as much of a must-buy as last edition's starter set. I think if you like either of the teams, absolutely it's a chance to get them. If you don't have terrain and you're like looking to just play some games at home and upgrade your like improvised terrain setup, it'll definitely help with that. But I think that this really shines as like a first product.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if you're a new player and you're thinking about getting into Kill Team, you definitely should get into Kill Team.
Yep.
It's a great game, and this is a good way to do that.
Yeah, definitely. If you buy this,
Yeah.
you'll have more than enough to like get going and head to your local game store and get some games in. And that's really what a starter set's all about.
Yeah. All right. Quick thanks to our 1 HP gangsters and mountain. Feels a little funny throwing this in at the end of basically like should I buy the starter set video, but
Yeah,
I mean, hey, they're the ones supporting us.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.